in the book of Basic English Dictionary, they define the word health as the good condition of body and mind. It ends there. Then you move a little bit further. You want to get it from the medical point of view. So the word health in the medical terms, they define this as when all the parts of the body are functioning optimally well.
Okay.
When all
the
parts of the body are functioning optimally well. So in the medical dictionary, they define it that way. Yes.
So it accounts for all parts of the body?
Yeah, all parts of the body, when they are functioning optimally well, then they say, okay, you are in good health. In naturopathic, we define the word health as the preservation of the life forces and the keeping of the delicate mechanism of the body in order.
That is deep.
Catch Victoria's Health Diaries every Sunday at 19 hours.
And of course, today we dive into the vast wisdom and knowledge of prominent individuals who have made enormous impact in their various fields, and today is no exception. He is a medical consultant specialized in naturopathic medicine, plant pharmacology, and chiropractic therapy, currently consulting with Energic International Japan. Dr. Stanley Hamalilo Mwila, you're welcome, and how are you doing?
I'm very happy and of course privileged to be on this wonderful platform, which I never thought, yes, I could be for sure on this wonderful platform called Victoria Health Diary. And I'm so happy that you could come up with such innovation in the field of trying to explore in the field of health.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
we're so
please.
glad we could have you. And I'm deeply honored that you did take time out of your busy schedule. I know what it entails to be in your field and what kind of work you get to attend to. But thank you so much that you made time to be here today.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, so once again, this is Victoria's Health Diaries.
Victoria's Health Diaries.
When we talk about health, Doc,
Yep.
a healthy body is what will carry a healthy mind and a spirit. So when we talk about health, is it the absence of infirmity or sickness, or what is health really?
That's wonderful. I think I would say we have been missing this point,
Okay.
which is the starting point, health.
Okay.
The word health, I know we are being learning in schools and also in the medical schools,
Yeah.
okay, even in the primary schools, secondary schools, they teach about health. And to me, we have not gone deeper
Okay.
to understand the importance of this word health. Because most of the people, when they talk about health, they only talk about the absence of disease.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you are free from malaria, you are free from diarrhea, from the common diabetes, high blood pressure,
Yeah.
and then someone is claiming to be healthy.
And sometimes we
Yeah.
do say that. No, I drink water.
Yes.
I take walks.
Ah.
I do this just because I'm not
don't
feeling
visit,
sick.
Yes, I don't visit hospitals. I don't visit, for 10 years, 20 years, I haven't been to the hospital. And then you claim that you are healthier.
Yeah. Sometimes I think like that.
Yeah, so that is not very correct. So today, I think we'll try to go a little bit deeper and to see the different angles of how this health is defined.
Okay.
The word health. You see, we want to look into maybe in the dictionary, how do they define this word health,
Okay.
and also maybe we go a bit into this medical terms, how do they define the word health. And then in naturopathic, there's also a different definition there. Yeah, when we say naturopathic, that is a very wide, program.
Okay.
Yes, and we want to see in these three angles, and then we are going to pick one which is going to stand as a prominent, and then we'll go with it.
All right.
And that's the one which we are going to run through the program, the definition which we are going to get from these three areas.
Okay.
Yes, and for example, like on the basic, if I could pick it from the basic English dictionary, yeah, where they are talking about health. Them they define in the book of basic English dictionary, they define the word health as the good condition of body and mind. It ends there. Then you move a little bit further. You want to get it from the medical point of view. What about the medical dictionary? How do they define this word health? So the word health in the medical terms, they define this as when all the parts of the body are functioning optimally well.
Okay.
When all
the parts
of the body are functioning optimally well. So
okay.
In the medical dictionary, they defined it that way. Yes.
So it accounts for all parts of the body.
Yeah, all parts of the body, when they are functioning optimally well, then they are say, okay, you are in good health.
Okay.
Or your health is okay. Now we dive again into naturopathic definition. In naturopathic, we define the word health as the preservation of the life forces and the keeping of the delicate mechanism of the body in order.
That is deep.
That's a very.
I think I need to jot that down. It's quite deep. Yeah.
So that is the definition that you can get in naturopathy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know health is in different dimensions.
Yes.
And from that definition, I think if we break it down into something that we can easily pick from defining word by word, word for word, just trying to make each one of us understand, okay, so when you say it is defined in different ways.
Yes, in different ways.
But the last one.
Yes.
Trying to just break it down into information that can easily be picked. How can you?
I think, Madam Victoria, this is the area which we have seen even the so-called learned people, they have missed it. Yes. And you'll get shocked, and that people who are so advanced in terms of education, okay, these are PhD orders, the degree holders, but you look, when it comes to real living, meaning we are talking about the good health of living, it is something else. Yeah, how do you see a person, driving a very powerful, maybe we'll say holding a very powerful, position, and yet there is terrible erring there. Ailings, illnesses. Now, it's where we have missed the point of understanding what health is all about.
Okay.
Like the way we have alluded in the area, other definitions where they are talking about the good condition of body and mind. It ends there. But when we come to this, the one which you are just telling me, the last one, which is in the naturopathic definition about health, where we are talking about the preservation. So the first thing a person should understand, ni wedi ya preservation.
Yeah.
How do you preserve the life forces? And you should understand what are these life forces.
Exactly.
Okay? So from there you move the delicate mechanism of the body. how it's supposed to be put in order. So there's a word order there.
Sure.
Yes. So now, if we understand this, then we will know that we are going to start a very good life as an individual, meaning a good health life as an individual. It has to start with me.
Exactly.
So this health matter is not something where we are talking about corrective issue or corrective program.
Exactly.
Where you say, no, your mother, your father, your siblings, whoever there is involved, your friends, that you need to be together for you to come up with good health. No, it is you as an individual. So you should understand this preservation.
Exactly.
So to preserve in chewa or in nyanja timakamba tikusunga mwamene tingate kusunga, okay, kusunga mabichani the life forces. And what are the life forces? Tirukamba pankani ya system ijamene imapanga kuti muntu from the DNA point of view, meaning from the cellular point of view.
Okay.
Ndiye ma life forces yacha. So ma life forces tikaenda manje kuapa turura, meaning that to separate them in one by one. They are going to bring us to, the red blood cells, they are part of the life forces. The white blood cells, they are part of the life forces.
Okay.
And you are talking about the cellular fluid. It's a part of life forces.
Okay.
So meaning that if the fluids which is surrounding the cell, it is contaminated, then automatically that cell, it will be in a disabled state.
Okay. In simpler terms, first, before you proceed, Doc.
Yes, please.
When you talk about a cell, maybe someone may not really understand what you're talking about, because sometimes we learned what cells are, and sometimes maybe when someone hears a cell, they may relate it to a plant cell. What cell are we talking about here?
We are talking about the human cell.
Okay.
So a human cell, we have said in the first place that this is the beginning of the life of a person. It starts with the cell. Yes, from the cell, which we call the mechanism or how the formulation of a human being is from a single cell that fertilizes this other single cell, which is a woman. Okay, the egg, which is formed from the.
So in short, we're talking about the spermatozoa.
Yes, exactly.
And the ovum.
Oh well, you are now hitting. So in short, that comes from the single cell. Then the single cells start dividing. Okay. And then from the division of these single cells, they will have to come up with these organs. Okay. So when we are talking from the tissue, of course, to the organ. Okay. Yes, the organ now, the shape of a heart, that is made out of a cell. A single cell which was dividing, and it made that shape of a heart. Of a heart. Okay. The shape of a kidney, the shape of a. So all those, they are made out of cells, those organs. I'm talking about the organs.
All right.
Now, when we are talking about the preservation of the life forces, ndiye pameti masalira hapo. Because tikakamba pankani ya preservation of the life forces, so tirukamba manje defense, maybe tingakambe na wedi inangu, defense mechanism of the body, which implies of what? The correction or the collectiveness of these various cells in the body. Amena rupanga ijametu rukamba defense mechanism. We are talking about the white blood cells, the red blood cells, what. So all those vifaka pamozi vonsi.
Penangwa tumasoja tomvili.
So of course manje turuenda manje ni departments manje. Tikaenda manje masoja nishi turukamba manje pa the defense jameni matetesa the system of a human being. Okay. So meaning utetesa kumatenda osiana siana. So now Madam Victoria, when we are talking about preservation of the life forces, mwamene muntu afunika kupunzira o kuziva mwamene angate kutetesera iyamene turukamba system ya cells. Okay. Ma life forces. Okay. Because they are saying that the life rises where? In the blood. The life of the flesh, it rises in the blood.
The life of every creature is in the blood.
It's in the blood. So that is the life force. Okay. Okay? Those are life forces. Then when it comes to putting it in order, how do you put this delicate mechanism of the body in order? So putting the delicate mechanism of the body. So the body is not made out of one single organ.
Okay.
No, no,
Yeah,
it's a collective organs. We are talking about a human being. He has got, bones. He has got muscles. He has got, the steak. He has got the skin. Human. He has got
The skeleton.
the skeleton. Of course, those are the bones. That's the skeleton. Then a human being is having the organs now. Let's go inside the heart, the pancreas, the liver,
kidneys.
the spleen. Talk of the intestine, small, big, which is the large intestine, and then you're talking about the ano. He has got the peen. He has got all those private parts, the vagina, all these organs, the eyes, name it,
The ears.
the mouth. That's the delicate mechanism of the body. So now, how do you put this delicate mechanism of the body? That's where we have missed it.
Okay.
Because order, if you are talking about order, putting something in order, meaning that you have to put that thing in the right place.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about sugar? Where is sugar supposed to be found? Sugar is supposed to be found in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's unlike today where you find the sugar or
In the
cooking
bathroom.
oil. No, under the bed that I know, gaiti tiyo pesa bana bayita bwanju
Yeah.
kupeze kati bame vifunga unkala mu kitchen bamba umpeze ka ku bedroom.
That's disorder.
That is disorder. Have you ever seen a chamber which they call chamber pot?
Yeah.
The chamber pot.
I think that's a common thing with
Yeah.
every household in this country.
Yes, every person, of course, he has
Yeah,
got my
we-
chamber
we
pot.
have an
Bama
idea.
yopa abantu kuchoka usiku, so they put these my special chambers. Where do these chambers supposed to be found or to be put? Simunga pays a chamber in the kitchen. That is not
That's
order.
an error.
That is error. That is
Yeah.
not order. So if unika kunkhala paka presi pamene pauti at least siku zankhala maybe the spirit. Well, in terms of maybe vana running up and down. So you need to protect that
Yeah.
at the right place. That is order.
Exactly.
Okay? So,
get
meaning
you.
we can still give a lot of examples of order. It's disorder to put, in the, you have a car and you get where the fuel is supposed to be found. Then you bring, you do the vice versa. You put the what is this? The water where the fuel is supposed to be found. What will happen to that engine?
This is where we hear that engine yali noka.
So engine inanoka. Why? It's because munacha changanya. Iyo changanya manji. So the water is supposed to be found mu chamber ya mene ipezeka ni radiator. Okay? Ndiye mene ipezeka manzi. You can't put a petrol or diesel in a radiator. It's water.
I'm following, yeah.
Okay? So now, giving these examples, these collective examples, to the human body, this is where we are still saying, I want some hospitals that you are seeing, and pharmaceuticals industry, whatever, it's just bordered on this. Simple. So people today, they are stuck. People today, they are suffering like I don't know.
That's true.
You go to the hospitals anywhere, you are going to find the chain yabantu kusenseni. What are these people doing as if they are buying bread? Or they are buying things essential, things maybe which are there just to keep for their life to be kept, running.
Yeah, which
But
is
you-
really sad.
But which is not in that case. When you go to the hospital, you will find the people lining up very early in the morning.
It shows us
Ask
that there's
them
something
what
lacking.
is the problem. The problem is that awe ene mutu wanivuta. Awe ene nimvera banani gwira wanapeza ati the heart is enlarging. Awe bakamba ati the position of the kidneys kuoneka yankala inflamed. Awe kuoneka kwati mumimba na mweve we don't know what is happening. Mwamba kuvimba vimba. There's too much of mucus in the lungs. There's too much. So all these complaints and all these sufferings
Yeah.
which people they are going through is due to what? This is
Disorder.
simple thing. That's
Wow.
just a disorder.
Wow. I think we're
And
getting
for
somewhere,
us
yeah.
to come up with the so-called, powerful institutions and where you load it with powerful equipment, it's not helping at all.
What is lacking, Doc?
What is lacking is the information on the ground, and which you are talking about the simple preservation of the life forces and the keeping of this delicate mechanism of the body in order. How can you put your lungs in order? How do you put your heart in order? What about the kidneys? Putting them in order. What about the pancreas? Today we are having what we call out of control in terms of diabetes in the country.
We've seen how the numbers of non-communicable diseases has gone up.
It's a really, how do you say, threatening and very alarming, you know. When you see even the so-called, what do you call this, the reports, medical reports, which are coming on these illnesses, why are we having a lot of people dying with, high blood pressure, dying with diabetes, or maybe liver failure or kidney failure. Mainly these are what we call degenerative disorders or degenerative diseases.
We've seen a
which can be corrected, Aunt Victoria. This can be corrected by just a simple knowing how to put these organs in order. And how do we put these organs in order? That's where now we bring in the principles on healthy living.
Awesome. So I'm excited that we realize that we do have a problem. We accept that we do have a problem, not just in this country, but I think all over the world.
No, it's world, actually.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
It's worldwide.
Yes.
And we have seen how people have been dying. We've seen really alarming numbers. Every day, when you log on social media, you find that, oh, somebody died. Oh, no, I was just talking to this person the other day. Oh, we're together with this person.
Cardiovascular disorders,
so we're
heart
having
failures.
all these numbers of people dying, and we do not really seem to care on how we can change or how we can improve whatever is causing these number of deaths.
Yes.
And so from what you're saying, Doc, I think this is why we're here. We want to make sure that people can make informed decisions about their health and well-being.
Exactly.
So when you talk about order, I like the points that you're raising. How can someone maintain order? What can people do, like logical steps people can take when it comes to ensuring that we have this order that you have just you have just mentioned?
That's very interesting. There are times you start thinking, you says, but what has gone wrong with the so-called we learned people, the people who are claiming to be learned, of course, that we are educated. But when you see the way we are struggling, then you start wondering, it says, what type of education is this? Where we are every day, we are not living that freedom and life, because it's ever ailing. You ask, like today, you just get an a survey. You go through the whole. We are okay. We have done that. We have gone Eastern Province. We have gone Western Province, Eastern, Southern Wapula. What is this? Northern, and all these towns around.
Okay.
From the time, of course, when we are being in this field, of course, it has been long. When you talk about 20, this is 1980s. We are being in this system up to today. Wow. So we have learned and seen a lot of things.
That's a long time.
That's a long time for sure.
You have literally been through different...
What we are saying is that today it is actually worse. When you see the kind of people who are just dying, and which we call premature death. Yes, 20 years, 15 years, and all those kind of things. And then people, they start consoling themselves to say that, no, death is there, so automatically a person, when he's born, then he has to die. But the same scripture, for those people who are Christians, of course, and they understand the inspired record, which is the Bible. When you go in, I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, in the book of Ecclesiastes, is it somewhere there, 5:10, is it chapter 7, verse 5, if I'm not mistaken, people, the pastors can help me, where it is saying that don't continue to be foolish, neither to be more wicked. Why will you die before time? Okay, there's that statement. It's there in the Bible. So why will you die before time? So meaning that most of these days that we are seeing and we are passing through, actually is a premature.
It's foolishness.
Yes.
According to what
yes,
you
according
have
to
just
the
said.
scripture, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's there. According to the scripture, it's saying that don't continue to to be foolish.
And to be foolish.
Yes.
Maybe someone may feel maybe
So
it's
now,
a bit
when we are
offensive.
talking about foolish, of course, we are talking about neglecting, okay, ignoring the principles which govern the human system. Because you have got the physical laws. Of course, when we go in the Bible, we have got the spiritual law.
Yeah.
But we are talking about the physical in this term. This is medical. This is health that we are talking about.
Yeah.
There are health rules that a human being should follow for him to keep these organs in order.
Okay.
So these health rules, which makes the body to be in order, if you violate one of these rules, no matter what, whether you have got money, you don't have money, you are poor, you'll have to suffer the consequences of violating.
Because you've broken
You have
some
broken
rules.
one of the law, or maybe many of them. So now, given you know, a chance, a time, as we go on, I think we are going to explore more about keeping this body in order. So for today, we are just saying preservation. It is you know, important that we should preserve the life forces, so that these life forces, they will keep on protecting us.
Sure.
Okay? Because if we don't keep these life forces and preserve them nicely, then we'll be under you know, what an invalid condition, where we are under suffering all the time. So kuja kuvutika kwa meti ruona bantu wakuti kunkhala na mafairo sululu. Do you know that Aunt Victoria, that we don't even need this what we call sophisticated or specialist attendants to this, the so-called medical consultants or medical whatever.
Okay.
All what we need, I'm talking about the facility. You haven't seen a person, you know, goes to a very advanced, renowned hospital in the world, and they still come back.
No, we have seen that. We have seen so many cases.
Behind the so-called, what is this, cocktail? Is it a cocktail in the plane? Yes, we have seen that. So meaning that it is not the facility advanced that can bring life.
Okay.
No. Life is just within where you are.
Wow.
Just where you are, that's where life is. And that is the abundance life. You can't get it in India, you can't get it in Australia, you can't get it in America, you can't get it in anywhere. It's just within.
And sometimes because we know that our facilities may not be as advanced as other facilities, we think, okay, maybe when I get a second opinion, or maybe I will get a specialist to attend to me.
That is not,
that's something
well,
that
we would say there's nothing wrong, of course, to seek what do you call, to seek
second
advice.
opinion.
Okay, or second opinion, or to seek advice, or medical advice.
Or even
Anyway.
better health conditions, or better health
It is
care.
not. It's not an issue at all. But what we are saying, number one thing, is that health rises in your hand,
Okay.
not anywhere else, but right in your hand. As we said earlier, when we are just trying to open up this discussion and trying to show the world that you know, you have seen many people, of course, who have traveled, as we said earlier, and you know, seeking for medical attention, and at the end of the day, they still come back the same. So what we are saying is that as long as we don't emphasize on this simple thing, which we are talking about, the preservation of the life forces and the keeping of the delicate mechanism of the body in order, as long as we don't get to this simple point, then we are doomed, we are gone.
As long as we don't preserve, as long as we don't keep order.
we don't just put this, because that's where we want now to dive. We are coming to say, how do we keep then these organs in the body to be functioning optimally well? According to the medical definition, which we have found there, that is when all the parts of the body are functioning optimally well. So now for these organs to function optimally well, meaning that what is the work of a kidney? What is the work of the lungs?
Yeah.
The work of the heart? The work of the eyes? The work of... Now, all these organs, they need to function accordingly. What about the pancreas? We are talking about the pancreas. It produces in the highlanders of the pancreas, producing the insulin, the hormone insulin.
Yeah.
Now, that insulin is supposed to be there to do what? To check or to curb or to neutralize the excess sugar in the blood.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
it is not the pill, it is not anything that you can think that can be able to neutralize. It is inside your body, and from this simple organ, which is called the pancreas, producing the insulin, and that insulin, which is going to check on this sugar, which is excess in you. So now already, for this organ to be overwhelmed because you did not put the things in order, okay? We are talking about violating the what? The principles on healthy living. So I'm just giving an example of the pancreas.
Yeah.
Why we have got this so-called diabetes, which is out of control in the country of Zambia and the worldwide. Anywhere you go. You go to Zimbabwe, go to Malawi, to Namibia, anywhere you go, even in Europe, you still have this problem of the so-called diabetes.
Wow.
Out of control. Now, I just a simple example that I'm giving to say that if you are not putting this organ in order, then what happens? It will go into what we call dysfunction, okay, malfunction. So now, if it stops producing, what happens? I'm talking about the insulin.
Yeah.
Then the sugar levels will go
Will
out of
skyrocket in the-
yes,
yeah.
in the system, in the blood. And then if the sugars goes out of control, what happens? You are going to find a lot of things like sticking of the blood. The blood become heavy, like molasses. Okay?
thickens,
And the
yeah.
heavy blood, now, when a heavy blood, it will give again a very tough time to the heart to start pumping such a heavy blood. For it to get up to the lower extremity, I'm talking about the legs, to go up to the head there. So that pressure, already it will have to make this organ to be in trouble.
Wow.
There comes high blood pressure. Simple. Then what about the consumption of oxygen? It's reduced. Why? It's because too much of sugar, it gets into what we call purification, which is fermentation. That is what it causes the acidosis to go high. I'm talking about the acid levels in the blood. So now when you have got too much of acid in the blood, then the oxygen consumption will completely reduce.
And what about
And then what goes next now? When the consumption of oxygen is less, then you'll be having uncontrollable pains in your body. Awe nimvera musana manje. Awe mendo ibaba. Awe pamene vanigwira chape ponso nkubaba. You want to do a little work, just kuyenda chabe, ati yai mamene naendera pachaka fastness chabe kaja. Awe kanipanga something else. So apa pamene lili apa kaya ngati mairo nizaenda na kunchito.
blood thickening?
The blood thickening. Now, that blood thickening, yachokera kuti. Disorder,
acidity?
because you have been pumping or putting or ingesting or putting in things which are going to make your pancreas not to function optimally well because it has been overwhelmed. Too much of sugar stuff that has been pumped into your system or into your blood or in your body. Through whatever, maybe drinking, through whatever. Now, those things will go in details as we go on. But today we are just giving an example to say that this is where the biggest hospital has to be built.
Wow.
Or the biggest mortuary. Because when you have got a big mortuary, big hospital, expect to have a big mortuary.
Big mortuary.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you are not looking at the preventative measures here. You are not doing anything there to say that, okay, how do we prevent these non-communicable diseases so that the people, we lessen up the dying of the people? It's simple on the principles of healthy living. We are not talking about it.
We're in trouble.
So look at the big, huge money which is going into what we call procuring of the drugs and the medicines. And some of them, at the end of the day, they just get expired. And if it's not expired, then get stolen. And when they are stolen, where do they go? They're just going to be flooded anywhere
on the market, yeah.
and controlled.
we are
So
in
now,
trouble, Doc.
when these drugs, because these drugs, at the end of the day, because you don't know the type of a drug that you are getting, to you it's just because it's an antibiotic. Then you ingest it without knowing what it's going to do in the body.
In the body, yeah.
Yes. So ayo matenda yamene uzamba opanga weka pa nyumba na kuti kwamene uyendo kwamene uchita ma consultation yako aja azakankhala bwanji kept, or maybe azakankhala bwanji reversed, because at the end of the day you don't know pamene yayambira matenda, you don't know. Then you go to the scan. The scan is going to tell you that no, according to the system, it's that your body is just okay, and then you are going to be discharged, and yet you are finished. Yes, and that's what is happening.
People go for tests, people go for checkups and say, no, I was checked. Sometimes we even say, no, this issue is spiritual.
Yes, no, I mean, that's where now Africa has just dashed
Of
himself.
course, there's a balance.
We have dived into the so-called, whatever happens is all satanic, is all demonic. Yes, and yet it's simple. We have violated the laws of nature. We need to come back, and we need to be directed, we need to be educated. And that's the importance of the so-called doctor. Is an instructor. It's not just to how to give a jab, how to prescribe, no. But we are showing how to give the instruction so that the people, they will learn how to live so that they'll be able to resist diseases.
Whew, this has been a mouthful, Doc. And it's an eye-opener. I think it's something that will allow somebody to just sit down and think through what you have just said.
Catch Victoria's Health Diaries every Sunday at 19 hours.